What's up, guys? Jermaine here with Memories and Amusement. Today we're at Knott's Berry Farm, but we're not doing a Memories and Amusement segment. We're doing a segment I call Know Your Knotts. So what's Know Your Knotts? Know Your Knotts is basically Know Your Knott's Berry Farm. So behind me right here, we got Knott's Berry Tales, okay? Berry Tales is, Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair is the newest incarnation in this building right here. This building that is now the berry factory now holds Berry Tales Return to the Fair. However, prior to that, it had a ride called Journey to the Iron Reef. Prior to that, there was a ride called Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. And even before that, there was a ride called Berry Tales, the original Berry Tales. The original Berry Tales was opened in 1975. Now, 1975, that's a long time ago, but you know what? That's 3 years before I was born, so it's not that long. Now, that was actually a fan favorite. I remember getting on that ride specifically and remembering the frog scene, Frog Forest, which the new Berry Tales actually has. So that's kind of cool. But no, the Frog Forest was a scene that stuck out in my mind forever. Even now, I just remember the little frogs jumping up and down. However, it did get a little run down. It was kind of old. They had to do something. And there's a huge boom in like dinosaur content. So people started wanting dinosaurs. So it became Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. But the original Berry Tales was actually pretty cool. There was a lot of animatronics as well, like Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. So let's take a little look at it. Here you go.
Knott's Berry Tales opened in 1975 as part of the Roaring Twenties area, which was the original theming of the area now known as the Boardwalk. It was designed by Disney's famous Imagineer Rolly Crump, who designed the Haunted Mansion and the Enchanted Tiki Room. Rolly designed the ride to fit with the theming of the Roaring Twenties. As you travel to the fair, you're taken through the Boysenberry Bakery. From then, you are taken to the Frog Forest, home of frogs big and small. Once you pass through the Frog's Forest, you make it into the Gypsy Camp, where you meet gypsies and fortune tellers. After the Gypsy Camp, you're taken through Thunder Cave. Once passing through the cave, you're taken through the Weird Woods, home of the weirdos. It is also the home of Crafty Coyote. The weirdos are a crazy species, to say the least. Once out of the Weird Woods, you reach your destination, the county fair. This is the grand finale of the ride. The fair scene was a party of characters enjoying the sights and the sounds of the fair. Boysen and Girlson, of course, end up winning the pie contest, and Crafty Coyote is caught. At the end of the ride, you can wave goodbye to all the characters as they celebrate their victory, foiling Crafty Coyote's plan to steal the pies.
After Berry Tales closed down, it was replaced by a ride called Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. Kingdom of the Dinosaurs was actually a fan favorite. It was a very long ride. It was about anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes, depending on the speed of the cart. And there was 1.5 million animatronics. There were so many animatronics, guys. It was awesome. You don't believe me? Check it out.
Kingdom of the Dinosaurs took riders on a time-traveling journey from 1920s Los Angeles back to the prehistoric era. The plotline for the ride was you accidentally went back in time, teleporting deeper and deeper into various prehistoric timelines. Each prehistoric era consisted of huge showrooms that had the animals to go along that particular timeline. Towards the end of the ride, you run into the fan favorite Tyrannosaurus Rex, along with Triceratops and a huge 32-foot long Apatosaurus. You also see a volcano marking the beginning of the end of the dinosaurs. At the end of the ride, you travel through a tunnel showing random fossils, and you are then transported back to the 1920s.
So Kingdom of the Dinosaurs closed down, or opened in 1987 and closed down in 2014. 2015, there was a ride called Journey to the Iron Reef. That ride is exactly like Berry Tales. It's actually the same layout, same screens are being used, just different theming. Now that ride was kind of cool because you were like on a submarine and you went into the ocean and you did a lot of things and shot a lot of stuff and saw Knott's Berry Farm underwater, which is kind of different, but it was kind of cool. You guys, check this out if you don't know what I'm talking about. Check this out.
An old sailor was out at sea when all of a sudden he saw a mechanized crab on his boat. It ripped apart the boat piece by piece. He tried unsuccessfully to stop it. At this point, metal tentacles appeared from the ocean. Seeing the threat before him, the sailor jumped into the sea and the robotic tentacles ripped the boat apart. The now washed up sailor found himself on a sandy beach. He looked around only to find an island with Knott's Berry Farm on it. This is where the sailor enlists his armada of riders to stop these mechanized sea creatures and their leader, the Kraken Queen. Riders must save the park to stop her and her army from taking over the park. Seriously, guys, this is exactly what this ride was about. Weird, huh?
Journey to the Iron Reef closed on January 2nd, 2020 to make room for Fairy Tales Return to the Fair. Now, you guys, back to this ride, it is amazing. There is a lot of sights, a lot of sounds, a lot of cool things going on. You try to get points, you try to get the foxes from taking the pies. There's a lot going on, guys, but you know what? It is fun, it's interactive, and it's entertaining. However, there's one drawback. The little guns, the little shooting things they have, they're a little cumbersome, I should say. Like, they're a little too big for little kids, in my opinion, but they're gonna have a great time. So this opened May 6th to pass holders. It's gonna open May 21st to everybody. You guys, I recommend this ride. It's a cool ride. Spoiler warning, if you don't wanna see what the ride's about, don't watch this video anymore, because here's the POV, you guys. Hope you guys enjoy.
Elderberry here, welcoming you to the Berry Family Pie Factory. I'm so excited I can hardly bear it. Working hard. Hey, paws off that eye! Crafty Coyote is at it again, and he's rallied his pups too. Better follow those pups and get our pies back.
It smells like patchouli. It's so cool.
I'd sure love to retire here. With all that sugar, those pups are bound to crash. thanks to you, today has been grand. Do come back real soon.
As you guys saw, that ride's pretty cool. So if you have kids, the only thing I recommend is helping them with the jars, because the jars, little guns that they have are kind of heavy, to be honest. So make sure that you have a parent there with your kid, especially if they're small, but they're gonna enjoy it. They're gonna enjoy the sights, the sounds, especially the smells, because you can smell every scene you're in, which is pretty cool. So you guys, hopefully this little rundown of fairy tales and, you know, the story of this building behind me and the 4 incarnations that were in it was interesting, because I plan on doing this stuff more often, because let's face it, our amusement parks are old and there's a lot of history behind them, guys, and that's my main focus, is history and fun and amusement and just having a good time, you guys. So once again, you guys, this is Jermaine with Memories Amusement. My new segment's called Know Your Knots, and hopefully this is entertaining. Hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you on the next one, you guys. Take it easy.